Hey, what's up, guys? It's Grim, and I am here with the one, the only Mr. Kevin Grace from 343 Industries. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I'm a little exhausted, but here surrounded by ridiculous games and having a lot of fun with Halo Spartan Assault.
Yes.
Spartan Ops.
Not Spartan Ops. Yeah, we keep calling it that. Well, I keep calling it. They're doing fine. Now, I want to, before we get to Spartan Assault, what is just some of the coolest things you've heard from fans here at E3?
From fans overall at E3, I mean, obviously this is an awesome year. If you like games, we're surrounded by ridiculous things here. New consoles coming out, lots of cool stuff going on there. We got giant screens around here looking at new Battlefield, new Dead Rising. I mean, just looking around me, I'm going to waste a lot of time this holiday season, and there's lots of fun to be had there. Also, there's this ridiculously expensive car just over here, which I almost feel guilty even looking at. Like I'm going to hurt it, and then I'm going to owe them $100,000. So
They may actually charge you $10 a look.
that thing is crazy. But no, it's a lot of fun, and it's great because we've been able to, with Spartan Assault, had lines the whole time, people coming in playing, and I love me some Halos, and it's a chance to do a little bit more of that. So no, it's been a great show.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of the Halos and speaking of what you have going on over there, there's a lot of information out, obviously, through all the various channels with Spartan Assault as far as its feature set. But there's a lot of people in the community that are very interested in the story and the fictional setting for this. So let's talk about that a little bit. Can you give us just a broad general overview as far as the story for Spartan Assault, and maybe we'll get into a couple of details.
All right. So did you play Halo 4?
I have played it just a little bit, and I think a few people have.
All right, so if you played Halo 4, you'll remember Sarah Palmer. She's a commander of the Spartan 4s in Halo 4, hung out with Lasky, hung out with Chief, said eggheads, all right, once or twice. But it wasn't that many times. That's a different conversation. So Spartan Assault is basically her first mission as a Spartan 4. So, I mean, all these Spartan 4s came from someplace, and we know a lot about where Chief came from, the Spartan 2s, and we know about the Spartan 3s from Onyx and the Nyland novels there. So it's a chance to kind of get into how the Spartan 4s were created in the beginning of that Spartan 4 program, and essentially a whole new branch of the UNSC. So Spartan Assault is one of her very first missions as a Spartan 4. It's Palmer, who you play about half the game as, a little more than half, and then Spartan Davis, who is her partner on this mission. So you're going in there. Obviously, it takes place in between Halo 3 and 4. Not getting too specific about exact dates right now. Want to kind of let it get out in the wild and enjoy it that way. But no, so it's got a lot of things that are very familiar from 4 in there. I mean, the whole thing hopefully is familiar for Halo fans everywhere. We've got all the iconic weapons. We've got the iconic sounds. We do have new music that's coming in. We recorded some new music at Skywalker Sound, but working with the guys that actually did a lot of the music for some of the motion comics that we've got. It sounds and feels very Halo, and everything's going on here, and I'll just do a little traffic control with my right arm while we're going. So anyway, that's a lot of words from me. I'll shut up.
No, and in fact, if I'm not mistaken, I did see the old school style Halo 3 Banshee in there. That's what it looked like.
That is a very interesting observation, and yeah, I mean, like old school Halo 3 style, it's a big universe. There's lots of different versions. We got some help now, that's good. There's lots of different versions of these things in the universe. In this world, how many versions of a Huey are there? So like imagine the universe and the Covenant, and it's not like they're going to scrap all their old ones. Anyway, that's getting a little deep there, but yeah, I mean, we wanted it to feel and sound like everything that we're making. It's got to be authentic. You've got to get in there and say, all right, I'm in the Halo universe right away, and the visuals are a big part of that. The sounds are a huge part of that. Music and the combat in the sandbox. Swapping your weapons out, picking stuff off the battlefield, getting your multi-kill medals, all that stuff. We tried to get it all in there, but in something that is super bite-sized. You can just grab it, take it wherever you want. We've had, actually, it's been fun watching people, and some people are kind of going back and forth on whether they prefer the phone version or the tablet version. And if they're having that debate, I mean, I think that's good. That means it translates pretty well to both of those screens. I play it mostly at work on my laptop. It's a Windows 8 laptop, and I've got the touch screen, so I can just kind of reach up there and shoot dudes. And
controller support is coming.
Controller support, we are officially saying controller support is coming shortly after launch. We don't have an exact date on it yet, but shortly after launch there'll be a title update. Plug your controller into your Surface or your PC, and then you just do it like that. So yeah, in the meantime, you can play mouse and keyboard. If you've got a Windows 8 computer that doesn't have touch support at launch, it'll support mouse and keyboard, but really designed it for that thumb control, that kind of twin stick action.
And did you say we saw some of the clips of the cinematics, which look absolutely beautiful? And was that done by the same team that did the terminals in Halo 4?
Yes, indeed. The sequence guys are awesome, and you just missed them. They were just here. But yeah, then I mean, they know the universe. They've got good experience. They love working on Halo, and so it was a very natural fit. We wanted to get more of those cinematics in there because that's some place where mobile games, generally speaking, there's not a whole lot of story in a mobile game, and most of the time that makes sense just for the form factor and for the amount of time you're spending there. But we wanted to have that in there. I mean, we always. We love our stories, you know that. You've been there as well. So the chance to work with those guys again, and it's a very nice kind of lightweight way to get a sense of the stories without it being too crazy and too big. Frankly, we have to squeeze everything into a pretty small size to play on all the devices and be able to play even on the low memory, the 512 phones. So yeah.
And lastly, what kind of connectivity might we expect, and what does it talk to? Does it talk to Waypoint? Does it talk to Halo 4? Anything we can unlock for Halo 4? Are there unlockables with the game?
Yep, there are unlockables that go to Halo 4. Trying to remember what details we've got out. I'm going to default to the safe answer of yes, there are exciting unlockables for Halo 4. And then, Waypoint connections as well. And then, obviously, with the story stuff, like we talked about before with Palmer and the connections for Halo 4. And also to Halo Initiation, which is the new comic miniseries that we've got coming out with Dark Horse that we've been working. Brian Reed, who's one of the lead writers on Spartan Ops and worked on Halo 4 as well. So he wrote that series. He's a longtime comics veteran. He's written for Spider-Man, and I mean, he goes way back in comics. And actually, we met him through the Fall of Reach adaptations. Is actually how we were introduced to him. With those guys. Is that we met him through Marvel and said, "Dang, we kind of like you. Why don't you come play with us all the time?" So it was great for him to be able to get back into comics. And then I've been working on I was going to say we're most of the way done with issue 2, and then the third and final one is well underway. So those will be out, I think, starting in. It's July or August. Don't quote me. I should know this, and I apologize that I don't have the exact date. But right around the launch of the game, you can get that. And not going into too much detail on the story, but it's going to lead you very nicely into the game and give you a chance to see.
Will be set before Spartan Assault?
A little bit before. If you want to watch Sarah Palmer become a Spartan, this will be a good thing to tune in for.
Very cool. Well, I know we have a lot of people that would like to see Sarah Palmer turn into a whole bunch of things, and Spartan Assault will be one opportunity to do so. So thank you very much, Kevin.
My pleasure as always, sir. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Check it out. It's out in July. No, it's a lot of fun. Stay tuned to all the E3 fun. Holy crap, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Thanks, guys. Grim here, out.